Good morning, Pre-Algebra students, parents, and any Math 6 students who may be watching this. This is Mr. Giomini taking a look at two questions that were missed a great deal on the Chapter 2 midpoint quiz. I've had an opportunity to talk to some of you, actually quite a few of you on this question. So just in case we need a little more refresher, here's the same two problems again. First thing I do is I'm going to read this problem. It says x divided by -2 is greater than or equal to -5. And it wants me to solve and graph this. Okay. So I have x, I'm going to rewrite this to make it a little bit more friendly for me. X divided by -2 is greater than or equal to -5. Okay, first thing I notice, I have negative integers, and I am using division or multiplication over here. And whenever I have negative integers with multiplication or division, I know that, and especially in inequalities, I'm going to rotate this inequality symbol. So when I go to solve this, I know that my inequality symbol will change to be no longer as x divided by 2 greater than or equal to -5. It's going to be less than or equal to. Now, to solve this, I want to get rid of that -2 that's dividing by -2, so I will multiply both sides by -2. That cancels out, so I'm left with x is less than. I've already rotated or flipped the inequality symbol. I multiply this side by -2. I notice I have a negative times a negative that will give me a positive. 5 times 2 is 10. So x must be less than or equal to 10. If I were to graph this, 10 is here. I have a closed circle because 10 is included in the solution set, and it says x is less than. Well, all values that are less than 10 would be to the left of 10 on a number line. Now let's just check this. Let's pick a number that is less than 10, and I know I'm dividing it in half, so let's pick a number that's friendly to that, so an even number would probably be best. Let's try 8. If I substitute 8 in here, again it's less than negative, or it's less than 10, sorry, so 8 divided by -2 is -4. Is -4 greater than or equal to -5? Yes. If we want to check again, let's say I pick 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. 2 divided by -2 is -1. -1 is greater than or equal to -5. Now again, if you mistakenly did not flip the inequality symbol, then you'd have something along the lines of this. X must be greater than or equal to 10. Well, if you were then to check your solution set, and let's pick a number that's greater than 10, let's pick 12. 12 divided by -2 is -6. Is -6 greater than or equal to -5? No, it's actually less than. So that would have been an indicator that you forgot to flip the inequality symbol. A simple, two-step process there of checking your solution always is beneficial in the end. I look at the next one. I have -8. I'm going to say it first to myself. -8 times y is greater than 48. It seems to be popular to add 8 to both sides here. Remember though, you want to do the inverse to get rid of that coefficient. So here I am multiplying -8. So to get rid of it, I would do the inverse, which is to divide both sides by -8. So I'll divide both sides by -8. And I notice I am dividing. I have an inequality symbol here. I am dividing by a negative number, so that's going to rotate my inequality symbol. This leaves me with y, because these -8s cancel each other out. I have 48 divided by -8. Some of us are struggling with our basic multiplication facts. That should give you -6. I have a positive divided by a negative. I plug this in. I have my -6 here. It's less than -6, but -6 is not included in the solution set, so I'll put an open circle, and everything that's less than -6 goes to the left. Now, if I want to substitute values in to see, I'm going to rewrite -8 down here. So let's pick a value that is less than -6. Something that's less than -6 would be indeed -8. If I substitute into the inequality, going back to my original equality, I have a -8 times a -8. That gives me 64. Is 64 greater than 48? Yes, so this makes this true. If I want to try another value that's less than -6, let's try -10. -8 times a -10. -8 times -10, that gives me 80, because a negative times a negative gives me a positive. Is 80 greater than 48? Yes, so that also is true. So that's another way, again, to check your answer. If you would have had this flipped, it says y is greater than negative 6, and if you were to plug in, let's say, what's a value that's greater than negative 6? Negative 5. You'd have negative 8 times negative 5. That gives you 40. 40 is not greater than 48. So it should have taught you, or should have told you that, hey, maybe I forgot to flip that inequality symbol. Hope this helps for clarifying things not only now, but also in the future when we take our Chapter 2 summative post-tests, and also any other chapters that may involve inequalities, which will be occurring, I believe, in the next chapter. All right, take care.